So let's talk a little bit about last night's broadcast.
So weird. So weird.
It was strange. I'm going to present this idea, and you can agree with it or disagree. I think TNT intentionally tanked that broadcast. Fully believe that.
Go on.
Fully believe it.
Go on.
TNT lost the NBA contract.
Yeah, they're going. TNT as an entity is done. They're going to ESPN or NBC now, right?
Yeah, so they took them to court over this. They're mad. They hate them. They hate the NBA.
Oh, that part, right.
They hate the NBA. There's no question. They don't foresee ever broadcasting anything for the NBA again.
They're taking the ball and going home.
I mean, that's what they did. Mm-hmm. They said, we're going to take your NBA game, your big all-star, all your stars have come out to shine, and we're going to make it about our broadcasters. It was so intentional that they tanked that thing.
Yeah, the word tank, the T-bomb kind of left me astray. Yeah, clearly they were like, forget the game. This is about us. Like, we don't care. We lost it. If I can't have you, no one can, you know? And those four guys are going to move on to do more broadcasts. They signed another deal. But you're right. And like, did you see the footage of like, obviously SGA was like, stop talking. We're on the court. Let's play this game. And Jaylen Brown was just like, get them the fuck off the court, you know, as they're like accepting their accolades and their fishing rods and their hats.
No, like, I'm saying it was a masterful troll job. They intentionally screwed over the NBA.
Well, the opposite, I agree, but the opposite would be like them being like, this is what fans really want. They want a variety show with our guys. They don't care about the games. They care about halftime and post-game and pre-game. We're the stars, and this is a variety show. This hasn't worked in the previous 4 years. Now we're going to entertain with a comedian, possibly the most famous comedian on earth, and our four guys. And then the game, the players, that's secondary. We don't want players dancing anymore. We don't want Derrick Rose frowning. We want our guys because we are the NBA.
So I can't say I understand exactly the dynamics of how things get approved between TNT and the NBA. Like, clearly there's the NBA doing is like, we need to do these things, and TNT says we're doing our broadcast, and there's collaboration there, right? So again, this is speculative. I would presume that TNT presented, okay, you want these components, you want these games, you want a musical performance. Oh, you want to add Mr. Beast? Okay, cool. So we're going to give you the run of show. We're going to figure out how to broadcast this.
Fun, yeah.
But then they were like, all right, well, we really want to honor our guys. Is that cool? And the NBA is like, well, look, we don't want it to interfere with, the main game here. So it can't be at the end of that. And like, yeah, but that's when people are going to be tuning in. So we want to make sure we honor those guys. It was an 18-minute delay.
Yeah, yes.
Someone broke the All-Star game. Yeah. There is no way that the NBA signed off on that. There's no way. TNT clearly fucked them. They were like, we're going to do a quick little thing, and we just want it to be during the game. We're going to do it after the first time out. And the NBA is like, oh, all right, fine. Again, I'm making this up. There is no way on earth the NBA thought that would be more than 2 minutes. No way. 18 minutes during the middle of the All-Star game. The players are like shrieking for them to get off the court after the game is over. Adam Silver this, Adam Silver that, Adam Silver this. That was TNT. They were messing with the NBA, and they were messing with Adam Silver.
Although there's no way the NBA and Adam Silver would have a non-NBA player three-peat as the dunk champion. There's no way. You have to at least be in the NBA to compete, let alone have a perfect score on a three. There's no way All-Stars are going to play rookies and possibly lose. We cannot have that optic. No way. Right.
I hear what you're saying, but you think the NBA signed off on an 18-minute delay in the middle of their All-Star game? You think the NBA said yes?
I think the NBA is really dumb, and that makes it delightful. I think the TNT broadcast was like, we're going to do a tribute. And the NBA is like, cool. If it's 14 minutes, let's rock. And it goes over and they're like, don't people want this?
I do not believe that at all.
Silver's going to play games in Manchester. Like, do we want that?
I'm saying,
like, what's going on with Silver?
This is what I'm saying, though, is that it is inconceivable that the NBA would not have said.
It's conceivable. They might think like,
no, there is no way that they would have agreed to I know, and that's why I'm saying TNT was tanking that. The NBA, they make mistakes. I'm not saying that they're like the perfect organization here, but just from a production standpoint, there is no way on earth they would say interrupt our biggest game to 40 with an 18-minute delay. It's just impossible. They would never. Come on, these people produce TV.
But Silver knows it's not the biggest game, right? At that point, you're just like, we're going to try this new format where it's a variety. They made a variety show. They had Mr. Beast on. It's Kevin Hart. It was a variety show evening, and I think they're going to scratch.
Of course.
So they were like, we can't just play games straight through. People will lose interest.
I fully disagree. I fully disagree as far as that.
Because remember last year, Silver was like huffing and puffing at the end of the game. He was like, "This is unreal. This is embarrassing." He was in the crowd being like, "Can I speak to your manager?" I mean, he was pissed.
There's no doubt about that. I'm only saying that he was on board with Mr. Beast. They were on board with the musical show, which actually was good because it was all Bay Area performances. That was fine. That was the halftime show. Okay, cool. Too Short, E40, In Vogue, Saweetie, fresh off her appearance at the Sukaban, LA. That was all good. I cannot be convinced that the NBA had any idea that presentation would last 18 minutes. I